Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Garrett Ozkon. Welcome to Let's Play D.R.O.D. Now, this is sort of a puzzle game made by, of course, Caravelle Games. Very fun. Very creative as well. It's actually not too expensive to buy. I can't remember if it was $9 or $19. Either way, there's a whole series in it, and one I find to be a very playable game. Starting off with the first level of King Dugan's dungeon and all that. Okay, getting reacquainted with the controls. R restarts the room. Q turns the sword to the left, counterclockwise. W clockwise. Left, go with... You go right with 4. Let me try this again! You go right with 6. Left with 4. Up with 8. Down with 2. Up left with 7, up right with 9, down left with 1, down right with 3. Now we got those controls acquainted with the controls and all. Let us move forward. So the plot line is basically, your name is D.R.O.D. You're a smite master, or a delver, who professionally clears monsters out of dungeons. Exterminator of sorts. But you're the kind of exterminator who requires a very big sword. Now, these are orbs. These are used to open and close doors. In order to strike said orbs, you need, or make the doors open with orbs, you need to hit them with your sword. In this game, anyways. There are points in the game series where that might change, but at this point, it is only your sword that will activate the orb. Now then, this is a note. To read it, stand on it. Which says, to open the blue door, you must conquer every room, which means you must slay all the monsters in every room on this level.
Ah, the first roach of the dungeon. On to Beethrow, Roachburger to be. Clear, clean kill. This job's gonna turn out great, I just know it.
Since he's being hired by King Dugan to do all this stuff, keep in mind, King Dugan is pretty much a fat blob of a man. A pathetic excuse for a human being in general. As you can see, because these are arrows, force arrows as well. You cannot go across them. As you can see, Beethrow going oof when he tries to walk past it. They won't let him. You can only go in the direction of the arrows, or at least you can't go the opposite direction of them. As it, you could probably go up and down them, but you cannot go to the right on, say, arrows pointing to the left. So as you can see, I can move up and down. I can go diagonal left, I can go diagonal down, as long as it's to the left. That is just to explain the idea. Here. As you can see, I can go sideways on all these arrows. Just one way of dealing with it. Also a way of demonstrating the whole concept of the arrows. Now, as you can see, occasionally there will be challenging puzzles and whatnot for each thing. Now, the green doors. They obviously only open after all the monsters have been killed in the room, as the note says. Now, there are 2 ways I can do this. I can do it by going past the taking into the force arrows, and just simply walking to the left. Or alternatively, I can pointlessly go up above and then straight on. It can be done either way. There is no challenge to this room. This is where it gets interesting. Now, as you can see, I'm facing backwards with these roaches. This is a point where you can do diagonal movements to deal with any roaches that give you a problem. The room is clean, and it shows up green on the map. Now here's where we start manipulating the orbs and the general environment more. Each orb will open a series of doors. To figure out which door it will open, click the orb. In this case, it opens this one, and this one because they glow green. It only opens. It does not close or toggle. switch its position. Like, suppose that it's closed, it toggles it open. The fact that you play video games and don't know what the meaning of toggle means, well, that's so now that we have cleared out this room... Oh, and one other thing I should probably mention. For every move you make, which is basically push a key and move in one direction, the roaches also move one direction. The difference is they don't need to turn a sword. Each sword turn also counts as a movement. As you can see here, I move forward, they move forward one. I move forward, they move forward one. They can't move forward, however, if something is blocking. As you can see, it also constantly gets wider and wider. Oops. That is why the backspace key exists. So you can fix up errors like that. Now, this is where it gets a little trickier. Fortunately, there is a way of dealing with this. Up, down, will help this issue of all these roaches. You have to be careful with every roach with a dead in one hit. There is no second chance in this game, other than the backspace. An enemy gets to you, you're dead. Now, this room can be solved without actually going in the little alcove. Right about... Well, you already see the alcove, probably. But it does not require you to actually go in. In fact, that's one of the little challenges. Originally, there was a note around here that says you can solve it without having to go in there. And if you happen to go in there to solve the room, well, he'll make a comment, be through this. Make a comment on how he could have solved the room without going into the alcove. So as you can see, all the roaches are pretty much brainless. They will just go straight for B-throw. They are thinking with their teeth and their stomach. Now you see that the exit level sign has appeared in the center of the screen. That means that the blue door that was mentioned earlier is now open. We are allowed to exit the room and... Whoops, I forgot to push the orb with my sword. Now that I have pretty much cleared out the room, it's just a matter of exiting the level. Blue door is gone, and I can walk right out of here. Oh yeah, you can't walk off of ledges. He just simply gasps, and a move is wasted. Just word of warning. Bumping into walls also wastes movement. See, this path crosses over to an area that I once was before. This, by the way, is a save point. You step on it, move around and stuff. Oh no, I screwed up. Not backspace, R. Sets me back to that one checkpoint. According to this, I've died 4 times, I've killed 133 roaches, or enemies in general. I've moved 2,438 times. All that stuff doesn't actually matter. What really matters is the secrets found. The more secrets, the better, because if I find all the secrets... Well, you remember back at the beginning of that room where there was that wall which had striped block which consisted of yellow and black? Well, if you find all the secrets, that door will be open. As you can see, the design of this area is different. It does that every level will have a different sort of pattern going on. Let's see here. Okay, now that door is open. This one, whoops. Whoops, daisy. I'm a little rusty. Like I said, every single movement is not to be wasted. It is to be treasured for eternity. Treasure every movement. Ha! And kill all the roaches. That's the most important part. In some cases, it won't be roaches. Or it's not just roaches. That comes later on in the game.
Hey, a Wraithwing, all by himself, too. That means I could be chasing him all over the room.
Yes, Wraithwings are one of the few naturally intelligent creatures in this game. If they happen to be in large numbers, they tend to be a little less cowardly. But since they're all by themselves, if there's large numbers of Wraithwings, they will chase after you, more likely. However, it's because they can fly. In fact, I'm going to restart the room just to demonstrate
a Wraithwing,
this.
all by himself, too. That means I could be chasing him all over the room.
See that? He can fly. Which means I could have been chasing all the room. Fortunately, there are ways to deal with Wraithwings, such as chasing them and backing them into corners or against walls. They cannot retreat because if they're retreating, they can just go the opposite direction generally from you. If they haven't found the right. If there are multiple Wraithwings, they will chase after you. They get gutsier the larger their numbers are. If there's a raid in the room, actually, I don't talk that much. This one, raids won't happen until much later on in the game. But yeah, they are one of the first intelligent creatures you run into in this game.
That queen will make tons of new roaches by the time I get to the orb and back.
That is a roach queen. Roach queens have this special little way of making the rooms more interesting by constantly spawning new roaches. They can spawn a maximum of 8 every 30 seconds. See the clock over here above the map? This clock? Yeah, that is the number of moves you're making. Each movement takes a second off the clock. So in order to make sure I get the most out of my movement, I am cutting corners. Every corner I cut saves me a little bit of time. Now honestly, I probably should have turned my sword before I entered the room, but I had no idea this would be there, because I haven't played this in a while. I did not exactly memorize the map. Say you gotta cut corners because every second counts as more roaches that I have to deal with. Save. Let's face it. This can be at some points classified as a rage game. Probably should have seen that coming. No, because all the roaches are gone, obviously. The fact is, I should probably have prioritized slaying the queen if it wasn't for all the roaches that were in the way. Once the queen is gone, you don't have to worry about roaches being spawned. Keep in mind, this is just a basic demonstration of the game itself. If you actually want to play through, please, in the comments below, let me know. Assuming anyone's actually watching these videos. I really hope they are. Good fun, right?
Ha!
Roach squeeze slayed, problem solved. Now, here's where things kind of get interesting. This is the point when I have to heck just happened? I ended up wasting time. As a result, I am punished with more roaches to deal with. Because that, I have to kill every last roach here. Probably thinking, isn't there some more efficient way of doing this? There probably is. Problem is, it takes a lot more time. Just holding down the area. Clear! So, this is a pink room. It is not required. I do not actually have to do this room. Very good timing is, in fact, highly important.
Clear! Now that was a fine piece of smite-mitery.
The real challenge is just making sure that they don't spawn a single roach.
Can I kill off those queens before they dump eggs?
I can, but I have to rearrange the room in a very specific manner.
Can I kill off those queens before they dump eggs? Ha! Ha! Easily!
Some of these rooms are a bit of a challenge to do. Occasionally rooms will come up with challenges. But they're very creative. Also, if you go to Caramel Forums, you'll find that they actually have player-made holds or dungeons for D.R.O.D. If you want to try the custom levels that are made by fans of this game, you can. Contain all sorts of interesting... That's what I'm looking for. Story writing, voice acting, scripting of the game itself. It's all very, very creatively done. Now, let's see. I don't want to hurry up, otherwise. Done. So, yeah. Once I clear this level, I'm probably going to end the video. This is just a demonstration of the game itself, the gameplay involved. Exactly what this room is. Alright. Just cleared and... yeah. This actually could... oh yeah. These are breakable walls. These tend to hide over the side of the rooms. So I'm just destroying the and here's a fun little note. You shouldn't be so distracted. Oh, how cute, how clever. I'm actually gonna cut it here. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope you guys like the concept of the game. Be sure to give it a try. Look up DROD or Caraville Games. Either one will get you this place. I don't recommend, however, I recommend you avoid the 3D version of DROD. That was a terrible game. Anyways, hope you liked the video, and I'll see you in the next one.